Hello everybody and welcome to DeSynced. Ghost is desynced. I need to resync and this game is going to help me do that. I don't know. Well, this game is really fun. It can get kind of crazy. I haven't gotten into the crazy yet, but there's a lot of detail work that you can do with your factory here. So, DeSynced, what is this game? Well, it's there's these games that, they're factory based, this isn't a colony management game. This is like a Factorio, Oni kind of sort of in a sense, and then maybe some Dyson Sphere, Satisfactory. So you got a lot of mixture here. And so I would say that this game, its primary layer here is Factorio. And I would even say it's more towards Captain of Industry and Oni with Factorio kind of feel to it, So we've got resources we have to mine, we have automation, but there are no transport belts that I know of. And I don't know the full tech tree. I haven't gone through the game to its fullest yet. But as you can see in the splash screen here, we have little drones. And they're driving around and delivering and picking up, whatever. So that's where we have the captive industry feel to it, or like a city builder kind of thing where you've got, the player is not even in the game. We don't have a character in the game where we have an inventory. We have to rely on our drones to move stuff around. So that's why it's really captain of industry based or Oni based, basically oxygen not included. And then the Satisfactory and or Dyson Sphere comes into play here. The graphics are more Dyson Sphere than Satisfactory. We are 3D though. So I would say Satisfactory, Dyson Sphere, Captive Industry, and Oni all got together. And I don't know, man. They got cloned. Or the DNA got extracted, and we have a clone of 4 games basically here. And there is some really complex stuff that you can do in this game. They have integrated blueprints. I haven't figured those out yet, but I haven't had to. But we will be getting into that. I've got everything adjusted here, the volumes and stuff. There isn't really much under options here. There's my audio levels. I have the music turned down because I record the music and I put that in later. Let's see, English interface scale, autosave 10 minutes. I changed that to 10. Then we've got our input stuff, scrolling speed, all that good stuff here. A lot of stuff out of the gate that you can use to control your game here. System. Ooh, mods. Holy cow, there's the save games and all that. Wow, I didn't know they had mod support already too. Okay, my mods credits quit. Let's go to new game. And I have a seed already. And again, this is amazing that they have all these things already in the game from the start. Sometimes developers, they're focusing more on the mechanics of the game than the interface and all that. And this is all done. So I have a seed here that I'm pretty happy with. It was a test, and I was looking for a good seed to start off with, Now, peaceful mode, there are enemies in the game. So we have hostile. I don't want aggressive, I do want them in the game, though, because there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the enemies. There's, little drones. You can get a drone army and go wipe out some enemies. I think that'd be fun. So we got it on hostile. We want them to come after us. And then we want to change this to high on our resource richness. And all these other things I'm going to leave as is. Oh, mini game. Okay, we'll get into this later on. But there's little things we can explore. And they have a mini game, and it can be a pain in the freaking butt. And I'm very tempted to turn this off, but I'm not, because I want to showcase it. And you have no option to turn it off unless there's a console come in to turn it off. But I doubt it, because it enables a lot of code, I'm sure. So it'd be kind of tricky to turn it off while you're playing an existing game. So I'm going to leave that enabled, but if you don't like little tedious puzzles, and I'll showcase this, and you can make, if you're looking to buy this game and start playing it, hold off until I show you the mini game thing, or you could buy it. But before you start playing, let me showcase the mini games so you can determine if you want to deal with that crap or not. Because it is okay. It's not too bad, but it's tedious and can be time consuming. I'm going to keep them on. I don't know what this replay is off thing. I don't know what the save replay crap is. So let's go ahead and play. All right, now we got some cool stuff here to kind of introduce what's going on here. Now, activation protocol confirmed. Okay, error. There's some errors here. Main system check is error. Data integrity error. Force recovery error. Now we have data corruption, activating Higgs protocol, whatever that is. Restarting simulation. Blah, 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 partial recovery confirmed. Simulation integrity DeSynced. Press any key to begin simulation. From what I understand, we are in a simulation, and we're awakened from that because something happened outside of what's going on. And we'll see. We'll get into it more. There's a girl that comes up, or a kind of an AI girl that comes up here, and boom.
Welcome back,
there she
Commander.
is.
Your ship has been damaged, and I've taken you out of stasis. I am Elaine, Emergent Logistics Artificial Intelligence Network. What you're seeing is a feed from an unidentified planet, where I deployed a team for you to command. This planet seems to be the source of the damage, and we are unable to leave the planet's orbit until our ship is repaired, and the source of the damage is identified.
Apparently we're a commander of, I guess, this ship, and I don't know what we're doing flying around in space for, but we are. And here is Elaine. It's an Emergent Logistic Artificial Intelligence Network, ELAIN. And what you're seeing is a feed from an unidentified planet. So we are not on the planet. This is like a video feed, you know, high-res video feed and all that. And look at the trees, how they're blowing around. And it's so cool. Let's see here. We have the planet seems to be the source of the damage. So I don't know. I guess we're in some kind of stasis, and we came along this planet. Maybe we're in stasis and we came across this planet, or we got close to it, and it did something to our ship. So we had to come into this area to figure out what's going on and fix our ship. So that could be it too. We're on our way somewhere and we're in a stasis. All right, so let's click on that. If I can find my mouse, here we go.
You will need to establish a small mining facility in order to proceed with ship repairs. This will be your primary objective. Communications are currently limited, so one of the first things you will need to do is to establish an uplink from ground level. Try to find metal and crystal deposits, as we will need them for repairs.
Okay, I like her British accent. It's pretty cool. They don't really tell you. Oh, by the way, play the tutorial. I already did that, and it kind of guides you to what to do. So, but you kind of forget when you start a new game. So what they're saying is communications are currently limited. So one of the first things you'll need to do is establish an uplink from ground level. Now that is something that they don't tell you in the free play here, but they do it in the tutorial. So, and like I said, you might forget about that, or like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Okay, so let's click on this, and we're in the game. Now, we have some little things here that we have to control. So we can drag all this stuff, and we can move it around all at once. So there's our little drone buddies here, and we have what's called the command center. And this is a unique thing. I mean, once you unpack this, I don't think you can unpack it. So what we'll do is I want to be in between these two resources, and I'll explain why. So let's get over to here. We'll get our command center over here. Oh, and then, yeah, there's a fog of war. I don't know how big the world is. So I haven't, done obviously a full explore or reveal of the map. So that's something I don't know about. All right, now we're by this tree. I think we can get this out of here. I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to, now down here, once you select the command center, you have a deploy base button. So click on that. And, oh, you don't need to move the thing. So let's go ahead and let's pop it down. And what it's going to do is it's going to deploy. And it's funny because it's a hologram, and now it's in existence there. I don't know if that alien girl is going to come up there or not. So if we click on this now, we have a bunch of stuff we'll get into in a second here. Right now, what we got to do... Oh, and then this thing here is an explorable. And there's a bunch of them around. Oh, wow, there's a little one here. Cool. So this is where the puzzles come into play. It's kind of crazy. So let's get our scout. And this scout is a special kind of robot that we get in the beginning. We don't get these until much later, I guess. And then we have 3 of them. Okay, so they give us 3 scouts. So notice this scout. Now this is where it's kind of cool, the modular designs and the difference between any other game that you've played until now is that these drones are all automated. They connect to the network, or you can choose not to. They have slots or sockets, and each one of these sockets can be, you can put anything you want in these things that within the game, of course. And there's small and medium that I know of. I don't know about if there's a large or not, but we'll definitely explore that. Now, these scouts have already an item called a laser mining tool. That's what they gave us in the beginning here. They have power usages and things like that you have to be mindful of, because these bots will charge via the network. And this is the command center, and right now we have a power cell. And notice how the power cell has this footprint to it when you mouse over it. You can also see that by pressing P, and it's kind of harder to see, but it's visible for sure. In the daytime, it's kind of hard to see. But that's your footprint for your power. There's also these little items on the ground that you can pick up eventually. We'll get those. They're kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll get them. All right, so now we'll press P to turn that off for now. And let's get some mining going. So we have a laser mining tool, and then resource to mine and amount. So we're gonna, oh wow, interesting. So we set this up to metal ore and check mark, and it's gonna seek out that particular resource there. I'm not sure how to keep the bot or the drone dedicated to a particular mining resource yet, so in the comments maybe you'll let me know, or I'll find out someday. Now this one, notice how we have now a milestone here.
You require a power source to operate efficiently.
Yeah.
You can equip one after you've researched it or build components that supply and transmit power. Okay,
so she's telling us that these guys are out of the network, so we'll move them in. And if you click on that, yeah, we were slightly out of the power network there. So now what's going to happen is they're going to charge up. See. Now there are things we can put in here to get our, like capacitors and stuff. We can increase the amount of power they have so we can explore and not have to worry about expanding our power network. Because once these leave the power network, yeah, they're going to start draining in power. Thank you very much. So these are scattered resources on the ground. You're going to see this.
Crystal can be used in its raw form for now.
Okay.
Metal ore will need to be processed into metal bars.
Yep.
This can be achieved in the fabricator, which you will find on your command center.
Okay, what she's talking about there is that we have a fabricator and a small turret available for us. Now, the small turret can be equipped by just dragging it onto a item, or our scout. So now we have a little bit of protection on that drone there. So what we could do is we can go along here and we can pick these things up here. Now notice how we have another bar there. So we're gonna pick this mess up here, clean up a little bit here. Oh wait, this one here, there we go. Now we can right click on the resource directly. We don't need to select anything, and it automatically fits the filter. And it is set to infinite, so it'll mine forever on that. Now I haven't had to do anything, inventory item or world. I'll have to check that out. So notice the slider is all the way over to infinite, so we're good there. There's a lot of things I haven't really discovered in the game yet. I just know the basics. We'll be expanding on that. All right, now the next thing we need to do is put a fabricator here. And the fabricator, it's a small component, but it will fit in a medium slot. But you can't put a medium in a small, obviously. It's not going to work. And what we have to do is set this up by clicking on the change production to a metal bar. Now you have to double click it in order to get that work in there. Now this little drone is going to be working really hard in the beginning here.
We will require a large quantity of materials for future production.
Okay.
So having several dedicated production buildings is recommended. I would suggest building 1 or 2 more facilities to produce metal bars.
Okay, sounds good.
The more buildings we have, the faster we will be able to produce materials.
Yep.
Later we will need to increase the number of mining units.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. All right, yeah. So, yeah, duh, it's a production game. We need to increase production as we go. So that's all she's saying there. So we'll need more miners, more buildings, and all that crap. All right, now, we are generating metal bars. And what's going to happen here, this is the input slot. This is the output slot here. And what's going to happen, I guess it's telling us here, yeah, I think this is the output. Yeah, they have these like little flowchart things, and there is programming in the game, like a flowchart programming, which will be interesting to get into. I haven't done it yet, but it's what's happening is we also have this interface down here, so we got information all over the place. It's kind of tricky to kind of figure it out. I think that they need to refine maybe some things a little bit here, because it is kind of confusing. But what's going to happen here is that these metal bars are going to just keep filling this inventory space up. So we only need this temporarily in our command center. So we're going to build buildings to handle all of our production goals and stuff. Now, here's the problem. Let's turn our power grid on. We've got this explorable right here. Now these don't come out. They stay there. I don't know if we can destroy them or not. I would like to. I'd like to get rid of them. But what we'll do is we'll work in this resource will probably be gone. Who knows when. So let's go ahead. Now over on the right hand side here, I think, we got the crystals already. So we got that milestone. Let's do a real quick, let's see, research here. So notice how this is the research tree. I've only done this first basic one. I haven't dabbled in the advanced yet. Now, in order to activate this, we need to build a transmitter from this planet to our main mothership. And so we don't have access to research yet. So we'll get into that in a second. Right here is the build menu. Then we have progress. I think that's this thing here. Yeah. Okay, so they have completed stuff and in progress. Okay, cool. And then here's the build menu. And right now we don't have much here. You have the ability to have prefabs or defaults, and this is where the blueprints come into play, and I haven't gotten into them yet. It's really kind of tricky to figure it out. It's not difficult, but you just have to spend some time kind of looking at it and playing around with it. So we have foundations, which help speed your stuff up, your little drones, and you have walls because of enemies and stuff. And I think the walls come more into play if you have enemies that are attacking, you know, the hardest difficulty there. And then we have small buildings available. So we have a small storage block and a building. Now, these are just blocks. We add the components to these to make them functional. So that'd be kind of cool. Here's a codex here. I'll probably be getting into this a little more to understand the programming and the prefab stuff. Library. This is where your prefabs are stored. And then we have a control center, which tells you what's going on here, power-wise. So there you go. And then up here, you also have your power, your control center. Okay, so let's build a building. And I think what I'll do is I'll go nice and close. We gotta make sure we're on the power grid there. Now these drones will run around and take care of that. So we need 5 crystals and 10 metal bars. There we go. Now, what we want to do here is, now notice how many bars we have. So let's cut that off as soon as this cycle's done. There we go. And then we have this stuff here. What I want to do is make a fabricator in the control center here, whatever it's called. Is that called command center? There we go. Okay, now that's done. So now we're going to drag this over to our building one by one. And the one drone that we have is going to take care of that for us. Now, what I can do is grab these bars. Let's set the... what are you doing? Okay, let's set the recipe here to metal bars. And then I'm going to take these here and pull them out and put them here so that they get So we don't have to triple work this stuff. And I think they're going to go... Okay, there's 20. All right, cool. And let's see. Let's pull this 9 over. There we go. So that way it doesn't... We're not having all these resources stuck inside here. They'll get consumed, though. Don't worry. Okay, so there we go. And we already have the ore in there. The metal ore and about 5 more things. What are you doing? Oh, is it taken out of here? I think it is. Let's see if it takes the 2. There we go. Yeah, we'll clear that out there. Cool. I'll move this over here. Okay. Now it's grabbing the metal ore to keep this going, I think. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now, let's build another... I want to build 3 of these buildings here. There we go. And then I'm going to build 2 more fabricators. From what I can see, we can make this 2. Oh, here. Yeah, let's go with 2. I'm not sure how this works. It should make 2. There's 1. And there's 2. So that way you can set this up for however many you want and then walk away, which is kind of nice. So now we're going to put the fabricators in the buildings there. And notice how our ingots are gone. So it consumed the ingots from within here. All right. So now we've got to set these up to metal bars because we're going to need a lot of these. And that's set. Now, let's take a look at this in a little more detail here. So the only thing we have unlocked right now is this small building, which is this one here. So we got one slot for small and 2 for EI, internal. So here is the empty socket for internal. There's certain components we'll put in here. We'll get into this later that, you know, we could put defenses in here. We could put charging, all that good stuff. So it's kind of fun. I really do enjoy that concept. I think it's going to be fun to try and build some stuff up. Now notice how our bot is struggling at this point, but we can't do anything about it yet. We have to do some research. Okay, let's go over here to our command center, or whatever it's called. And what we got to do is we have to build. So this is where you kind of go, all right, what do I do next? Well, obviously, we can do a lot more. For example, metal plates. Oh, what's this? Oh, anomaly. Oh, here, look. Check it out. It's a curious bot. I saw this. I did some test recording just to make sure all my audio levels are going and, you know, whatever. And these things come up. And I don't know what they are. Well, let's go over and check it out. Hi. What's going on, buddy? So there are bots that are functional. And it is curious as to what's going on. It looks like it has something equipped on there. I don't know what this thing is doing. Oh, look, it's following us now. Look, see? Oh, it's following me. So we have these little, like just out of the blue, there's something coming out of the woodwork here and checking us out. And it looks like it's going there, and it disappeared. There we go. I thought that was so cool. So we've got all these explorables, and there's also a blight cloud, which I don't know what that is yet, because I kind of want to play the game with no knowledge of what's to come, you know. But there are blight storms and blight and corrupted, you know, circuit boards, and oh, it's so crazy. Okay, now let's go and put down. I think we do. Let's take a look here. So in order to make metal plate, which is what we need next, that's in a fabricator as well. So we'll build a small building, pop it there, and then we'll build another fabricator. So notice how it's back to 1. That's all we want. So I'm glad that reset. And then this poor little bot's gonna be working hard trying to keep us going here. There we go. All right, now we got the metal for that there. Let's put the fabricator in here, and then our bot will bring that over. So this is where the Oni, or, you know, captive industry comes into play here. Right now, let's set this up for metal plate. And what we're looking to do is get a transmitter here. Now, Okay, so here is the assembler. This is what we
To produce
need.
more mining units, you must fabricate an assembler.
Yes.
With it, you will be able to produce a worker unit and equip it with a miner component.
Sounds good.
Both of these are produced in the assembler.
Okay.
It is also capable of producing circuit boards, which are used in unit and component production.
There you go. Okay, so they're telling us the progression now. So we need. They didn't tell us to produce the plate, and that's what popped that up. Okay, so what they're saying here is to produce an assembler, which we will do. And we no longer need to do the fabricator in this building here. So we got the assembler now. So let's pull this down to here, and we'll pull the assembler in. Now notice how it pops up right here on the side. It's so cool. All right, requires okay, now they're telling us to do the uplink now. So if you want to pause the video and read that, you can. All right, now we have new things available to us. One is the uplink, which requires a green circuit and 5 metal bars. So what we want to do is actually make this green circuit. And I'm going to make 3 or maybe 5 of them. They don't take very long. It is crystal and metal plates, so that's why we needed the metal plate. So I'll let 5 of these cycle through here. All right, there we go. 5. I'm going to cut that off. And now I'm going to make the uplink, so we double click on that. And they're going to bring in the circuits and everything here. And then we got an uplink. It's pretty quick. And boom. Now we put this in a medium slot here,
We have
and
established
voila.
a connection to the surface, and I have already begun synchronizing our databases. With this, we are now able to research new technology from the tech tree interface.
Cool.
This will help us replace the missing data from the damaged data center.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we're trying to recompile missing data. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so oops, let's go here. Now, over here, now we have a research. Okay, no active research. So we can click on that, and now we have the basic research unlock with 10 researches. So what we want to do is research basic structures first. And this gives us reinforced plate, and this is kind of funny how it's like satisfactory, you know. We get a building one by one, and notice how it has 2S, which is 2 small slots. Now this is helpful if you have something like a little power or capacitor or something. You can utilize your buildings to do more than just building, or fabricating. And then we get a building which is a medium and a small slot. So it's a 2 by 1. There is 2. No, and you'll see this how it's got a little ramp down and a little platform. So it's high up and low. That is a medium and a small. The medium will have 2. Will be flat. It'll be larger and higher up, and it'll be flat across. So it's kind of cool how they did the different graphics for that. And then this takes I don't know what the 10-step thing is kind of interesting. What I think it does is it takes the 30 total required and spreads it over 10 steps. So there's like progress, I guess. So we'll start that research there. I'm going to turn the power off so we can see the pretty grass and all that. So now notice here, right up here, we have a progress bar. We have a progress bar here. We got progress bars everywhere. And what it does is it fills in, and then when it's complete, it lights up. So it got the required materials. Oh, and look, okay, that's 3. So 3 divided by 10. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So every time it gets 3, it can progress the bar, and then it locks it in. It's kind of cool. I like it was pretty neat. Now, so we have now the ability. Let's see. Let's look at our thing here. So they want us to do worker bots now, and we can research and do the building. So let's get a couple more bots here. Actually, I should have done like 4, maybe 5 or so. But I don't want to make too many worker bots. Oh, and we get all of our materials back. We can decon our bots and our buildings, and we get 100% back, which is really nice. I kind of agree with that. I don't care either way. In certain games they give you like a percentage back. I don't care. It's if you want a challenge, it's there. But in this case, they have 100%. Here's our first new bot. There we go. So we've got that little guy. Well, Now, we need miners and we need worker bots. So what I want to do is let's make... I want to make 4 more. So let's go ahead and do that. And when these guys are done, we're going to equip them with mining stuff, and then we're also going to let them do their own thing. So right now, we have 70 in our scout that's doing the mining, and this guy just can't handle it. So we click on our worker here, and by default, they are disconnected from the logistic network, so they just sit there. So we want to connect it by clicking this icon here. And what it'll do is it'll start to work. Now, notice how slow it is compared to the scout. So we'll get better bots or better drones later on, so that'll be kind of nice. But right now, what we need is material to be transferred from one spot to another. Look at that beacon, man. Look at that. See how it's on top there? That is so cool. Now, I don't know where... Like, if we click on this... Oh. Okay, so we've got 2 slots here, mediums, and 3 of the internals. Okay, there you go. Oh, and by the way, yeah, this is 500 power. I don't know if I mentioned that, which is helping us get started here. So now, what do we have here? Do we have... Oh! Click to change production. What are you doing here? 4. It's waiting on... What's it waiting on here? Oh, we don't have the green circuits. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fine. We can do it. We have 3 in here, though. Wait a minute. What is it waiting on? Click to change production. A register that holds a value. Well, what are you doing here? Well, let's just make let's just make 1. Okay. Okay, now it's bringing it. Yeah, I don't know. I got confused there, or I'm just confused. All right, there we go. I just wanted to make another bot. So we got 3 circuit boards in there. Now it's 2. Okay, there we go.
For mothership repairs,
Oh.
we need higher level material production.
Okay.
Advanced materials are the next level of development,
Yes.
which can be produced in the assembler.
All right.
We will require a high volume of materials, so you will need more buildings and mining units to keep up
Yeah,
with...
we need more. I know. Got it. So now we have those things unlocked, so we'll click that. I love how it goes swoops away. That's kind of cool. All right, so we have another bot, and what I'm going to do is set that to just run around. I think... Yeah, there it goes now. Okay, cool. Now, we need to do the green circuits. So, let's plop down. We need a medium for that. Now, when it comes to spacing, let's turn our power on here. Yeah. Okay, that's covered. I'm not entirely sure how the bots, if the bots can deliver over a certain amount of rows. I'll be testing that out in this playthrough, but, you know, off screen, and I'll share my results. What I think I want to do is have 2 rows for now of small and 1 row of, well, we could do 2 rows of these, you know, because I want the bots to be able to deliver. And I don't know if I did 3 rows of these, if they could deliver to in the middle piece here, the middle building. I'm assuming they can, because they do kind of throw. It seems like they lob the material into the machine. So I'm assuming we can do 3, a 3 wide or something. So we'll have to experiment with that. Now, what do we need for this? Oh, we need reinforced plate. Okay, so what we can do, go in here. And there's our reinforced plate. So let's go ahead and make some of those. Now, it's set to infinite. I could have probably changed that to a certain amount. This one here needs 2 circuit boards, which we had. I made those. I took one of my boards and gave it to a bot, but that's okay. And then we need 20 of these. So I'm gonna let this run. I'll cut in when we're gonna be complete. All right, there we go. Building medium. Yeah, so this is gonna be kind of how this playthrough goes. We have to build buildings and then build things to build in the buildings. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the metal plate, the reinforced plate out of here. So we'll let that complete. Get rid of that. Okay. And now I want to take I want to build an assembler. Yeah, first. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now we need the crystal there. And there we go. So we'll build, we don't want to take the assembler out just yet until we get assemblers. And then we can use this to build the small stuff that we need for the items here. So we're going to put this assembler in here now. And yeah, look at the design. So we could fit a large or medium and small on here. And I'm not sure how, if I can do two things at once. What you have to do is lock slots. You can fix it. So you can do two things in the same machine, but one might overrun the other, so you got to lock the slots. So we'll probably be doing that, maybe. Okay, so now we've got an assembler in here. Let's set this up for the circuit boards. And then we'll start producing those here. And we're going to let this just overrun. You know, we'll let the green circuits do its thing, because we need those right now. Now, let's build a medium machine here. Bam. And since we have... Oh, yeah, now let's go back to... Oh, I'm going to build the assembler first. That way we have it ready to put into this machine that we're building now. Okay, and there... Oh, where did... Oh, there it is. Okay, so what it does is it masks it, so you know it's going to go there. And now what we'll do is we'll build reinforced plate. And I should have done the non-infinite one, but oh well. Okay, and then this one will get built. And then we'll have green circuits and the reinforced plates being produced here. And then we won't need the command thing, the command center for any more building going forward. Our goal is to create these machines to create machines, basically. So that's what this one can be used for in the beginning. Eventually, we're going to try and get away from using this. I don't know if it's slower. I would imagine it's the same speed as this thing. I don't know. Because it's all time. The time is... The recipe has a time. So we got 5 circuits there. And now we've got that. Yeah, so I'll cut in when this is done, and we'll set up the reinforced iron plates for this one.
We have a wider range of structures now with which to expand our base. We will need to research basic robotics to produce more advanced materials needed for mothership repairs and more efficient units to manage our base.
Yeah, I get it. Boy, she's a nag, huh? I know, I gotta build stuff. Okay, so when there's a milestone here, that's when she comes up and starts spouting some stuff about getting to work and all that. All right, whatever. Okay, now we got that building built, so we can put our medium assembler into this machine here. And the drone will bring it over and pop it in. And then we're going to set our recipe to reinforced iron plate. Now, the recipe here, I'm not too concerned about, you know, production values and things. The game doesn't seem to be pushing you to a production rate. So I think it's more or less, do you want to get it done now, or you want to casually get it done? There doesn't seem to be any push, so I could be wrong, but we'll take it as it goes. I'm more of a casual player. I love to just kind of chill and have fun, enjoy the automation. So I don't go crazy, you know. I'm not like, oh, I got to get this game done in 100 hours or 50 hours or whatever. I just like to play, you know, and enjoy and share the experience. Okay, so now we have reinforced iron plates being produced, and we have green circuits being produced. Now, our mining is suffering, so what we're going to do... Oh, we can cut this off now. Glad I saw that. There we go. We'll get rid of that. And what I want to do is make... let's make 3 bots here. Check mark. Yeah, now it says 3 there, so there we go. So now we got the green circuits, and I think it's the plate there. So we'll make 3 bots. They'll be hanging out here. There's 1. We'll just move it out of the way now. Oh, look at that. It's charging up. Cool. Okay, there's 2. All right. I'm going to send this one. I'm going to connect this to the network. Oh, look. We got bots built. Cool. Nice. And then I'm going to go put this guy over here. Now, what we want to do, is we want to make a... Oh, let's see, miner bot. Okay, there's a prefab for this. Okay, cool. Nice, good to know. All right, here, small component, miner. So let's go and make 2 of these. And we're going to equip those on these 2 bots here. And we're going to set it up on our miner, because you can see our mining is getting hammered pretty good there. And they're going to bring our ingots. See, our ingots are suffering at this point. These are so slow, it's funny. Okay, now, what do we need for this? 5 and 5. We got the crystals, I think. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got 2. All right. There we go. Man, it took a while for them to get the miner components for the miner. So now what we do is we just drag it on here, and the drone will go get it. And that's a small. And now what we'll do is we'll set it up for metal ore, and it'll go on its merry way. And we're waiting for the metal bar on this as well. It says 5. I have 2. Okay, and it says 1 incoming, I guess. I wish they had the icon of what it's bringing on the bot. I don't know why it doesn't have that. Like, this has the icon on it. I wonder if there's a setting on that to show. Read through its signal related components to what? No, I don't know what that is. Go to. Yeah, I don't know how to get that to show. All right, here's our other miner there. So that bot will go and grab it. And then we're going to go and set that to metal ore. And boom. You know what I like, though, is that when this resource gets depleted, these bots will go and find another resource. You don't even have to interact with it, other than maybe you want to set up some storages or reset some storages and whatnot. All right, so we got a good little start going. Got plenty of bots now. We got plenty of miners. These trees do, I think, come out if you put foundation or buildings down. So I'll have to put some buildings down just to get rid of them so I can see what the heck is going on. I think next episode... I don't want to do any research just yet. We'll do that in the next episode. Let's make sure that we've got that. Yeah, that's fine there. Okay, cool. So now we've got some basic automated parts here. We got the plates and all that good stuff, green circuits and all that. So we're well on our way to getting set up here. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the startup here, and the game itself. It's a real fun game. I highly recommend it. So far, I'm having a blast playing it. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.